Well, hello there, great person. So this will be a review of Malignant, the new movie by James Gunn. Yeah, I did a reaction to it, but I just had so many problems with the copyright thingy, and I mean, I don't want to get whatever banned. So I'm gonna do a review, and I might show some clips in the end, but yeah. It was as well, I was getting quite ranty in the end, and it wasn't that fun to watch, so yeah, probably better for all of us that I don't put it out. Um, yeah. So, Malignant, what to expect from this movie? Should you watch it? Well, so what should you expect? So it's let me say it's about an idea that James Wan I think had, and it's an idea that could work in an I don't know, in an anthology, but the idea is stretched through the whole movie, and that makes it a bit hard to watch at times. Is it scary? No, it is not scary in the least. It is very gory. If you want gore, this movie might be just yeah, it will be for you. If you like gore, watch this movie. You will have a blast with it. It's not very deep. Um, there are one or two great scary scenes. So yeah, I'm not story. Let's yeah. How would I describe the story? The story is about a woman, probably. I will talk about that later. And that woman has strange visions of murders. Because that's what I would have thought from the trailer. So that's yeah, that's the teaser. So this was the spoiler-free part. Let's get into the spoiler part. Yeah. So as I said, it's about an idea, and that idea should not have turned into a movie like this. Um, I liked it, the idea, but by the time the great reveal came, yeah, it was a bit different than I thought, but I guessed that it was her. So I guessed, I don't know, 20 minutes into the movie, I guessed it was her or her brother roommate that she grew up in a clinic that we saw in the beginning, and I thought that they would have a connection or something like that. Yeah, they had a literal connection. Okay, so the plot twist is that she had a twin in her head because she was a conjoined twin during birth, and it was just this monster fetus that somehow had superpowers. We don't know why. They were a bit inconsistent, so sometimes it could teleport, sometimes it could not. And yeah, so that was the big reveal, and it could control her sometimes. And every time it controlled her, we saw this world shift, which I thought was a vision. It was not a vision, it was just her seeing through its eyes, her brother's eyes. Um, the monster. Was the monster good? The idea was good. I liked the practical effects on the monster they did. So they had this little demon baby on her back when she was a child. That looked very creepy, very good. I liked that a lot. But the grown-up monster was just her with a stupid face, and it. So the cool thing, and yeah, it was cool for me. It was cool for a bit, and then it got stale because everyone was starting to be an idiot. But I will get to that. So it was like because it was at the back of her head, it walked towards this direction, so to speak, and you saw it from the back all the time, so that made it a bit creepy. Yeah, so monster got quite weak, and the monster was literally quite weak because they could have just shot it halfway down the movie and everything would have ended. It got shot once, it had some problems in the end, and it wasn't shot because everyone missed it. So yeah, the characters. There are several characters in this movie. I like none of them um, because the acting was so bad. I don't know if it was on purpose though. I hope it wasn't. No, I hope it was on purpose because that was really terrible acting. And I read somewhere that this was supposed to be a parody of horror. Yes, you can do that. You can do a parody of horror, but then do something with it. Don't just make a cliche horror movie. It was just a cliche horror movie. I could have done bingo. I would have had about 80% of every cliche of every horror movie ever that was in this movie, and you really really felt that. And the characters' dialogue was so bad. They delivered it badly, and because of that, they were very 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 one-dimensional. And so we have the main character with the demon baby in her head. Although I still don't know if she was the main character, because in the end it made it look like she was, but during the movie it shifted to two detectives randomly and her sister randomly, so perhaps they were the main characters as well, but in the end it was her moment. And yeah, so the things she set up with her, and they just set it up randomly, and it was actually quite sad and terrifying, and I was very, very sad about that moment. It got me because she had 3 miscarriages and an abusive boyfriend, and then it went all down the drain because the abusive boyfriend just uppercut her in the stomach into her unborn baby that she had because she was pregnant, and she hit her head against the wall during that. And all they talked about every time was her head hitting the wall, because that was what awoke the demon baby in the back of her head. But he uppercut her unborn baby. It was never brought up. It was so stupid. Perhaps it was a bad shot, but that was a shot you should have landed, because that shot made no sense. So then she broke down, and I knew the baby was gone. I mean, that hit, no way it survived that. And she just cried and held the back of her head, and the boyfriend then was, oh, I'm so sorry. And apparently he was an alcoholic and he was abusive, and we never ever find out why she stayed with him, really. And by why she stayed with him, I don't mean like the rational reason, because I know in these terrible situations, if you're in an abusive relationship, sometimes can't get out, because you have some reasoning for yourself then. You know why you stay in it, and it's obviously something terrible. She did not have that. They tried it in a bit. So she said, yeah, he was abusive, okay, but then I got pregnant and I thought I want to have something real. Okay, that's fine. That's a good start. So then why did she stay after the miscarriage? Because apparently he got distraught by that as well, I assume. And because he said, I'm trying to better myself. I don't know. We never really get that. And yes, you can imply that perhaps. No, you can't. You can imply stuff in movies, but not something like that. Not a deep topic like that should be taken and tackled with care. And it was not, in my opinion. It was a bit distasteful, because it was just, oh yeah, he was bad. Yeah, he was bad. And then he gets gobbled up by the thing, which was her. But yeah, so he just then ended, and there was this scene where he's crying. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do this. And he just uppercut his baby. It was a bit weak. I don't know. I didn't like that situation. So that's her burden. And then it comes out she's adopted, which was one of the first cliches in the movie, but yeah. And she said dialogue lines like, I want to have a real blood bond. And I want to find out where I'm from. I think she said that twice or so. And that was supposed to imply that she was not with her family, that she disliked, no, that she wasn't wholly with her sister, that her sister, yes, she grew up with her, but she didn't feel like family, and her mother as well. I think that's what they were going for, because that was the solution in the end. But I never felt that. They had okay chemistry, the sister and her. So her sister was annoying AF. I didn't like her. Her dialogue was bad and her acting was so beyond bad, but she was lovable enough that I could believe that her sister liked her. So, and that's the way she acted. She was always with her sister, very close, always told her everything. They were together, they were planning when they escaped from the police once, so they were very close. And then in the end, it was supposed to be like, yeah, I know, no, you are my real sister, which, yeah, I saw this through the whole movie. That was the great reveal, her great moment, which made no sense. And then she suddenly, in the end, yeah, the demon baby was there, and apparently it wanted only her. And then, yeah, I don't know. It killed things, because it started ending her. Yeah, it ended her boyfriend in the beginning because it abused her, but he did it a favor because. Oh no, he didn't. I know, understand, because the thingy on her back had fed on her fetus energy and nutritions, and that's why they all ended up, yeah, not alive in her stomach, which was, yeah, it was okay, but Yeah, and then it ended the boyfriend, and then it ended the people who cut it out in because only the face was left in the brain. They just pushed it in. I don't know how that works. It was a bit stupid. And yeah, so in the end, it is the revelation that she can now control it. After it completely overpowered her, killed about 50 people, and I'm not 30 to 50 people, it ended. It really ended all those people. And then the end was, oh, now I control you once. So she stopped at ending the sister. And that moment, I didn't like it. It was so unearned and it didn't fit. And I thought to myself, and that was in my reaction as well, I immediately thought, no, you will not control this thing for more than a day. You won't. And you will end more people. And it just ends then. So that was her arc. She felt distant from her sister, and then she did not, but we never saw it. She just told us, and her actions were contradictory to that. And then the movie just ends, and she ended 50 people and is probably going to go to prison for the end of her life. Okay, so yeah, the sister, though she was incredibly annoying, badly acted, and so on, she was a goofball. I kind of liked her in the end. I did. I have to admit that I liked the sister in the end, the annoying one. And yeah, the policemen. There were two policemen in it, and it shifted to them when the main character was knocked out by the demon thingy when we still thought it was a demon thingy, and I thought they were the main characters suddenly because it was all on them and they did their research and investigation, and yeah, they were okay. When they got together with the two sisters, there were some very cringy lines. But yeah, they were okay until the policeman started following the monster and didn't use his gun. He could have just shot it there. I don't know, that was very weak. Then we had a 10-minute chase scene. If you like 10-minute chase scenes, I like that move. I like that scene probably. I like that scene probably. I did not because it wasted my time because it amounted to nothing. It was just showing me how stupid the policeman was. And in the police station as well. What the hell was that? There were 50 people there, all had guns. In the beginning I understood because they were close to her, but then it became clear that she was just ending everyone somehow. Just I mean just fire at it. It was vulnerable, it was just a body. It had some electricity powers that it never really used to attack someone. So it had a bit more strength, but not when it fought people, because when it fought the policemen, it did not have more strength than normal. But sometimes it could push things, very, very heavy things. I don't know, it was inconsistent. And yeah, then they could have just ended it there. I don't know, the characters, they felt like parodies of horror movie characters, but not intended. And if I had felt that they were intendedly this bad, I would have liked it a lot. I would have really liked it. But I think it was probably because I saw the trailer, thought it was a serious movie. It was not. It was just a gore fest that had bad acting and bad dialogue and a bad story. And I think that might have been on purpose, but I didn't get it because I thought it was a real scary movie. Wasn't? Yeah. So the visuals were very good, except for the monster thing, at the face of the monster thing. The movements were great. The transitioning was very well done. It was a bit Silent Hilly. Um, the clinic looked great from the outside. You know, this castle on the rock, that was very good. The practical effects on the horror baby in the flashback, they were really disgusting. I like that. I like that really a lot. Yeah, the music didn't fit. It was just this 80s theme thing, and then sometimes not, sometimes it was scary. Was inconsistent. And that was the problem as well. I didn't know what kind of movie was I watching. Was I watching a horror movie, as I thought? Was I watching a parody? Was I watching a comedy because there were comedic scenes? There was this laugh subplot that went nowhere. And then it was funny. It was an action thriller. Then it was a detective mystery suddenly, and it all shifted around in between those. And I mean, you could do that, but it didn't really fit together. Yeah, I don't understand. I didn't understand why it was that way. Um, Yeah, I liked the beginning, but the horror scene were too quick, and that's something I also said in the reaction after the scenes. You know, there was chase scenes, the monster came, but it was all under 2 minutes. Every monster appearance was under 2 minutes. It ran around, jumped around, and it was so quick. And I would have taken my time with those scary scenes. And in the trailers, it was scarier than in the real movie because in the trailer, I didn't have the context, which is, yeah. I mean, I'm not a friend of this in general, of having this deep backstory with the evil thing. It's all misunderstood, but oh no, surprise, it's not in the end. I don't like that. You know, you can have deep personal horror movies like The Babadook, one of my favorite horror movies. That is absolutely astonishingly great, and it's psychological and great movie. But this one, I don't know because I couldn't place it. I think if you just want a fun romp with some gore and you know take some shots when horror cliches come up, of course, apple juice. Um, yeah, you might watch that. So I would give this movie 1 of 5 ghosts. I didn't like it, but this is personal opinion. It's might have you might have thought of it as a great, funny movie, but I expected a lot more from the trailer, and that was my mistake. But yeah, so 5 ghosts. So yeah, you might watch it, give it a try. I mean, I think it's on HBO Max. If you have that, you can watch it. You can watch it. It's watchable, but I think you should go into it with, yeah, this is gonna be stupid, and then we will have fun. And I was having a lot of fun in parts, but then the policeman started getting too stupid. You know, normally it's funny if people are stupid in horror movies, but the policemen, they were just permanently stupid, and I couldn't take it anymore because it was insulting my policeman knowledge so much, and they were so stupid. They were so stupid. But anyway, yeah, if you enjoyed this little review, let me know. Perhaps like, subscribe. If you have another opinion about this movie, if I missed something, please also let me know in the comments. Dislike, it's okay. Just let me know what you think. And yeah, fun little movie. And yeah, I'll see you around soon. Bye.